I hope you can see this through to the end because it's long, but it's also important to the future of our nation. If you don't have an extra 5 minutes to spare right now, favorite the video and save it for later when you do have a little extra time. We are on the verge of losing our election processes indefinitely. And when a nation can't replace its leaders, it's a dictatorship. The stage is being set right now, and our choices and actions are going to determine the future of this country for generations. Those folks over at the Heritage Foundation with their Project 2025, when they said this will be a peaceful revolution if the left will allow it, they knew exactly what was on the table. They mean to take complete and total power and restructure this nation so that they shall never lose it. It will be a peaceful revolution if the left will allow it, is not even a veiled threat. Right now, it's the undocumented being taken to concentration camps, but that will not be the end of it. In fact, I believe they are more of a means to an end. As they feel the success of their mission is threatened, they are going to come for the agitators, for those saying, yes, we will meet you in the streets with our Second Amendment and give you that civil war that you have so desperately longed for. With whatever flaws our electoral system may have had throughout its history, from gerrymandering, voter suppression, limiting the rights of who can vote, it can and will get so very much worse. It is my opinion that 2024 was the last free election we will have until the day this dictatorship is overthrown and the rule of the people reestablished. In the name of such things as voter fraud and stolen elections, the Orange Emperor is already acting outside of his constitutional authority in drafting an executive order to end mail-in voting. How elections are conducted is the property of the individual states according to the Supreme Court, and we can expect Trump's actions will go to the Supreme Court, where his obedient yes-men are likely to uphold the rule of the king. Eliminating mail-in voting is not just about those votes themselves. It's far more sinister. With in-person voting being the only option, Trump will then utilize the military, the National Guard, and where possible, local police to ensure the security of the election. We will particularly see this in the purple states, especially in blue districts of those purple states. How many cars do you have to stop at a checkpoint under the guise of making sure only citizens are coming out to vote, or making sure you're not carrying additional phony ballots? How many times do you have to stop people at those checkpoints before thousands turn around and go back home? It will be done with great grandeur and display of military power, machine guns at the ready, being sure this is the safest and most secure election ever in our history. Nationally, millions upon millions will stay home. Understandably, if your last name is Rodriguez or Gonzalez, you might be taken away to a detention center for further processing and evaluation. This is the game plan. This is the strategy. And I'm sorry to say, the chances of its success are extremely high. Every bit of public outrage, every demonstration, every protest will be used as further evidence for why these authoritarian steps must be taken to secure the election. As I said, blocking mail-in voting is more than just about those particular votes. If the orange blob of pig shits ruling is upheld by the Supreme Court, it's going to open the doorway to allow the federal government to offer security and protection to ensure the integrity of the election processes. That's code for end of free and fair elections in the United States for the foreseeable future. Now, I have routinely criticized American establishment politics and parties for being just an extension of corporate America, but it can and will become so very much worse and so very quickly if we do not stop this. Apply maximum pressure to every elected representative while you still have them, and get ready to meet them in the streets. They already threw down the gauntlet and told us what they will do if they are not stopped. They already told us what they will do if we resist. We may be but mice squeaking against the machine, but squeak we must. And if enough of us push back, we still have a chance for a better future. The time may be soon to take our Second Amendment to the streets and stop this authoritarian power. Together, they cannot defeat us all.